God, I am so scared. I put oil in it. How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today we are going to have the twin turbo Mustang running. That is the goal for this video. Since the last twin turbo Mustang video, it's been about a couple weeks. I filmed that actually almost maybe a month ago, and I sent the kit out to go get Cerakoted. I sent the car out to go get the wiring situation situated, and I sent the turbos out to go get polished. So today we are going to be reinstalling everything. We're going to be going through everything and making sure we are good to start the car, and that is the goal. Now, what fun would it be if I didn't show you guys what it will look like at the end of the video? So I already did one side, and just check out the setup. It looks so good. Now, no, I did not spray paint my pipes gold. I actually got these Cerakoted, and I did the inside as well. Cerakote is probably the most efficient way to just contain your heat. Essentially, turbo setups get really hot. Like, you will see your manifolds glow. That's how hot they get. And instead of everything in my engine bay around my turbo setup melting, I sent my whole turbo kit out to get Cerakoted. I have the rest of it down there, still wrapped up, very pretty. And for anyone doubting like the effectiveness of something like this, I might be miswording it, but I believe SpaceX saves like 600 or 6,000 pounds off of their rockets from ditching their old traditional heat management system and going with just Cerakote just like this. So if it's good enough for SpaceX and rockets, I'm sure it's great for my twin turbo Coyote. On top of that, we also have the beautiful Funk Motorsport turbo blanket and a lot of Funk Motorsport just heat management stuff in here. I went ahead and wrapped all of my wires in their super easy to use Velcro heat management system. We will be torture testing a blanket in this video. Don't you worry about that. And then just some of the minor stuff I did, I actually painted the engine bay so you can see it actually looks super clean and fresh in here. And this whole side is pretty much done. There's still some minor things I need to do. The charge piping isn't ran, obviously, because we have to lift the motor to do this side. But today we're gonna be making this side look like that side. And now just trust the process. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, he put gold in his engine. Oh my God. Trust the process. This is just a little baby piece of the puzzle. We've got a lot more stuff going on under here that's going to all tie it together. Just trust the process, okay? Don't judge me on the foundation. Judge me on the finished result. If you're not a fan of it, you're not a fan of it. But just trust me on this one. Anyways, on this side, I already painted this. I did this actually last night, so it's still semi-fresh. We should still be able to work with it. But as you can see, we don't have rat's nest wiring and a bunch of just shit laying around anymore. And that's because my buddy went ahead and relocated all of the important stuff. So he's not technically done yet. He's gonna actually come tomorrow to finish up. You can still see we have some miscellaneous wires here and there, and we have the new location for the fuse box under the headlight, but this should be way out of the way. It'll help keep my engine bay just looking a bit cleaner, and it's just gonna be a little bit easier and nicer to work around in here because we won't have wires in our face everywhere. Now, this is something that I just had to do for my particular setup. This isn't something that you guys will have to do if you guys buy a Hellion kit. The relocation for you guys is a lot simpler. You don't have to do all this extra shit, but we did it super extra and we want it to be super sleek in here. So this is how we're looking. And the finished result for me is just going to be slightly different than for you guys. But the Hellion instructions cover all of that wire relocation stuff, so just don't stress about it. You guys can figure it out. It's really not that bad. I honestly wish my setup was more similar to what's in their instruction manual. But since I have a Gen 3 Coyote in a first gen S197, it's kind of a bit of an issue. But that's on me, that's not on them. So just, again, don't worry about that. So on the agenda today, we are going to put this turbo side in. We are going to mount the intercooler. I actually removed it last night and swapped it around with my oil cooler. I want the oil cooler behind it. And the reasoning behind that is an oil cooler in front of your intercooler is actually going to reduce the efficiency of your intercooler because you're having hot air go through and exit your oil cooler and then immediately go into your intercooler. I want it vice versa. I don't mind if the oil cooler is a little less efficient because it's kind of already too efficient, but I want the coldest air possible going through the massive, beautiful intercooler that came with the turbo kit. I mean, it is just, oh, it's just so beautiful. I wish it said Hellion Turbo on it, but like that is cool too. I mean, honestly, that's just like perfect. It's gonna look so cool. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're gonna do is start mounting the exhaust manifold. So here's the passenger side turbo manifold, and the coatings, I'll just give a little shout out. This isn't paid at all. The coatings were done by Rockstar Coatings. I believe they're in Riverside or close to Riverside. Again, this isn't sponsored. I'm just super happy with the work. So we did the gold on the outside, and then they actually did the piston coat on the inside. It's really hard to see, but essentially the piston coat is what people will actually put on the heads of pistons just to help keep the heat on the surface level of the piston. Don't let it get into the actual piston itself. So this is really, really efficient stuff and is going to help just keep the heat down overall in the car. So let's go ahead and install this on the car. But before we do that, we have to actually jack up the motor and remove the motor mount just to make our life easier. So let me knock that out. All right, I got the turbo manifold on. I went ahead and torqued everything. I got the motor mount back on, so the motor is sitting at rest right now. Now we're gonna do the fun parts of installing the actual turbo. So let's go get piece by piece and assemble it on the V-band. Now we have the cartridge. We're going to insert this in a way to where we don't mess anything up. Just nice and gentle. Let her slide in. Let's do this top one just to secure it in its spot. Now it's secured. I mean, I still wouldn't go yanking on it, but it shouldn't fall out. And we can start putting in the locking plates. Quick tip, don't tighten these too much because you're gonna be turning this thing every which way to get the other ones in. So you can see I still have it able to rotate, so I can move certain parts out of the way and access these lower bolts. All right, now with the compressor housing installed, make sure that you have your feeds clocked pretty much perpendicular with the floor. I've heard some people say you can go up to like, 20 degrees, maybe 30 degrees, but honestly, I would just go perpendicular because the drains are gravity fed. So if you're not perpendicular, you might trap some oil in there, and it's just, let's just listen to what the people say. Anyways, now let's go get the actual compressor housing and install that. I also went ahead and quickly mounted my oil cooler to the frame behind the intercooler like I said I was gonna do. But now when the bumper goes back on, we will just see the big old intercooler out front, and it's gonna look like how it used to when I had the Pro Charger set up. So I'm really excited for that because I like seeing a big old fat intercooler up front. So here we have the freshly polished Hellion turbo housing, and it looks so good. We're gonna go ahead and get this mounted up. So just gonna gently clock this where it kind of needs to be, slide this on. We kind of want it like that because charge pipe's gonna come out. So let's get bolting up. So now we have the compressor housing loosely installed so we can still rotate it and clock it. Now let's do the downpipe. Now that the downpipe's on, I got the wastegate kind of situated. You want to make sure everything is clocked how it wants to sit, like, relaxed and everything just snap together, and that's how we have it right here. So I have the wastegate seal in there. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of pressure and tighten up the V-band clamp. Luckily, I don't have a super heavy spring in this thing, so this is really, really easy. But if you're doing this with like 8-pound spring, yeah, it's not that fun. And now if you look, I mean, this thing just damn near wants to just sit in the actual exhaust pipe. So we've got this all clocked and oriented correctly. So let's go ahead and finish it up. Now our passenger side turbo is pretty much installed. And if everything is tightened down and clearanced and everything just looks good and you're pleased with it all, then you can tighten all of the V-bands, install your air filter, your oil lines, and most importantly, a Funk Motorsport turbo blanket. Now these don't come with the kit, but Funk Motorsport has been a longtime sponsor of the channel. So let me just show you guys why you should use a Funk Motorsport turbo blanket over anything else. So I actually did this test the other day on my Instagram and TikTok, but I'm going to recreate it here for you guys. So essentially, we have two turbo blankets. We have the Funk Motorsport turbo blanket versus just a generic, looks like no brand turbo blanket. So there is a bit of a price difference here. You can find these cheap ass ones for like 20 to maybe 50 bucks on Amazon, but it literally is, I don't know, it's almost paper thin. It looks like it's just exhaust wrap, and it's not going to do a whole lot or last a long time. These things will disintegrate in like, I don't know, less than 6 months. The Funk Motorsport one is a bit more expensive, but this thing is going to last a lot longer. My Supra literally burned down in a fire and the turbo blanket survived. So that just goes to show just how good these blankets are. But now let's see it in real time. What we're going to do is recreate the same test I did. We are going to use this blowtorch and torch the blankets for 30 seconds each. And we're going to get a thermal scan of the inside and the outside and see if we could place our hands on it while the blowtorch is going. Now this is not really dangerous, but do not do this at home. I am a professional and this is my scientific test. So let's do it. First up, we're going to do the generic blanket, and I'm going to do the side that hasn't been torched yet. So this side has been torched, this side has not. So let's go ahead and insert this into the vise and get her ready. Alright, and just to see what the ambient temperature of the blanket is, I am reading 74, 77, 75, 76, so it's just normal temperature out. Alright, let's get this party started. Alright, we got a lot of smoke coming out. Do we have any fire in there? I mean, it sure does seem like it. I don't see a flame. Ooh, it is really hot though. Alright, let's see the temperature. 221 first read. See if we can get any hotter spots. 221 seems to be the peak. Let's see the sides. Oh, 480. 481. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's what we want. 430. So I just saw 308 on the top. So we're seeing between 200 to 300 on the back and 300 to 400 on the sides. On the inside, seeing almost 500 degrees, and it is extremely hot to the touch. Damage wise, I mean, it looks like it was on fire. Literally rocks falling out. So let's just throw this one to the side. Now the Funk Motorsport one, we will use the untested side. The Funk Motorsport one is a lot thicker, and it has like a steel mesh mixed with a lot more heat insulation compared to just exhaust wrap material. So let's go ahead and form it a little bit, and let's see what she could do. I'm actually so confident, I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. I am so confident in the Funk Motorsport one. So the first 30-second timer went off. Give it another 30 seconds. So we gave the Funk Motorsport blanket a full minute of blowtorch. You can see it's smoking a lot, but the inside barely just discolored. Let's go ahead and check the outside temperature though. A sign that I can touch it is probably a good sign. So the burn was about here. 87 degrees. Just so you don't think I'm putting it on my skin or anything. 90 degrees, 90, 80, 95, 104. Highest I'm seeing is 100 and something. And honestly, that's probably just from the heat coming out from under it and rising up, because this thing is not is not warm. It's like barely warm to the touch. Like I can grab this thing, no problem. It is like it's crazy. And just so you don't think that, oh well, he probably let it cool off for an hour. Let's see what the inside is. Oh, I don't know, 300 degrees, 330, 340, 345, 369. Look at that. Yeah, so I didn't let it cool off. The Funk Motorsport blanket just does a much better job at trapping the heat in the actual blanket itself. So yeah, if you're gonna buy a turbo blanket, buy the right one and buy a Funk Motorsport turbo blanket. Don't waste your time with the Amazon or eBay stuff. I've ran these in the past and they literally do nothing. Really quickly, there are a couple other benefits to the turbo blanket. It's not just all heat protection. The turbo blanket will help keep the gases in the turbo and the exhaust hot, therefore helping it evacuate the exhaust gases faster, since hotter stuff is faster moving. And the faster you can exhaust your gases, the faster you could spool your turbo. So turbo blankets, heat protection, faster spooling, more power. And I mean, they do just look really cool. So this is an inside out turbo blanket, and that's because my outsides are going to be touching a lot of other stuff in the area, so we need something special like this. If you have a lot of room around your turbos and it's not going to be touching any wastegate pipes or anything, then you can just get a traditional one. But honestly, I really like how this like creamy color looks, so I'm happy with this one. And it's going to be functional. Funk also sent me a lot of heat shielding for my wires. So you can see I have this Velcro heat insulation wrap that will just literally Velcro around any wire or line. So if you have wastegate lines that are really close, oil lines, you can go ahead and protect them with these really easy to use Velcro line wraps. So I have literally all of my wires that are close to the downpipes on both sides wrapped with it. And that should help just protect the wires in the long run. We don't want them to get hard and brittle and stuff. So this stuff is honestly a lifesaver as well. All right, guys, it's another day working on the twin turbo Mustang, and I've done a few things off camera. One thing I did was delete my AC compressor. I don't have AC, and they sell an idler kit, so we got rid of the AC compressor. Now we have way more room down there. You guys probably can't see it. If I hold it maybe like this, you guys could see. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see anything, but we also went ahead and now we have both turbos fully mounted. We have the turbo blankets on, we have them clocked, and we are going to install the rest of the charge piping right now. And literally the cold side will be done. The hot side is about 80% complete. We have the V-bands welded on to my mid pipes. It's just a matter of getting them to line up. As you can see though, my garage is a bit of a mess. So actually let me take like 5 minutes and just clean up and tidy up, because we got parts and tools everywhere. And I don't like working in these conditions. So let me clean all this up. All right, so it looks much better in here. Now we can start doing the charge piping. I'm gonna do the passenger side first. I already have the turbo, I think, clocked where we need it, but I might need to loosen that up. Let me clean the insides of all the pipes, and then we can start laying some pipe, if you know what I'm saying. Now, since I relocated my fuse box right here, their pipes won't work in their current configuration. So I adjusted one of them, I cut it a little short, and essentially we're going straight down instead of at a 90 off of the turbo. So my setup might look a little bit different, but that's only because we moved my stuff all the way down here. So let me wipe down the insides of these just really quick, and we could throw them on the car. All right, boys, this is where I'm at. So I have all of the charge piping installed. This side is straight up as Helion intends. I put this on this intercooler pipe just in case. I put a little heat shielding down there just because it is really close to this radiator hose. But no, it looks really good. Like, it looks really sweet under the hood. We got this charge piping and blow-off valve hooked up. It's all down there. I don't know if you could see the blow-off valve on camera. This one is right here, obviously. But now the charge piping is done. The oil feeds, the oil drains, that's all done as well. I'm gonna take lunch really quick, and then we're gonna do the vacuum lines to the blow-off valve, the wastegates, and the boost controller. And then after that, I think the whole turbo system is pretty much ready to go. I will have to get oil and coolant. I gotta replace all what I drained. So I gotta do that as well, but we are coming very close to turning this thing on. I am super excited, so let's continue knocking things out. Now, you guys might have noticed a little bit more gold underneath the hood, and that's because I had colored fittings send out all new fuel lines just to ensure that we don't have any corrosion or any failures. These fuel lines are rated for E85 and way more PSI than I'm going to be pumping through them. And also, I mean, they just look killer. Like, they just look beautiful underneath the hood. So you're starting to see the vision, but again, it doesn't end there. I just need to make sure the car is running before we go crazy with the gold. Trust me, you'll see. But yeah, a big thank you to Colored Fittings for sending out the fuel lines. They look absolutely beautiful, and they have a wide range of colors. So if you guys are looking for something that's not gold, I guarantee they have it. They have a lot of options. And then, of course, just because I don't think I've mentioned them in this video because we installed them so long ago, we have the fuel injector clinic. Fuel injectors, we have 1650 cc's in this bad boy, so we have all of the fuel capabilities that we'll probably ever need, and that's just nice to know, though. I'll never have to probably change these out ever again. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to those guys because every little piece of this build matters, and without all of it, it's just not going to work. So thank you, Colored Fittings, and thank you, Fuel Injector Clinic. If you're looking to shop for some injectors, use discount code Peacock7 at checkout. All right, boys, it is late at night, but it is time to see if it starts. Okay, we're just gonna start it just for a poquito amount. We're just gonna like it's still not 100% done. But I plumbed the wastegates. I plumbed the vacuum for the blow-off valves. I have, why does this look like that? Is that just the lighting? I changed the oil. I have put coolant in the system. So we have that. It's probably not all throughout the motor. So, you know, it's probably got to, you know, burp it off and stuff. And I don't see a puddle of oil under it from our plumbing. So do I dare start it right now? Like, I'm low-key shaking because, I mean, oh my God, this is a lot of work. And the exhaust isn't hooked up all the way, so we're gonna have just an exhaust leak underneath the car. But do I start the car? I think we do. I think we start this motherfucking car right now. All right. Let's, I'm scared. Let me just double check for leaks really quick. So I got my fuel fittings. I don't feel anything. It's gonna run like shit. It's gonna sound so bad because it does not have the proper tune in it. But I think we start it. I'm gonna tuck these out of the way because I want to, once it's running, I kind of want to pop the filters off and just see inside, but I don't want anything getting sucked in there, just in case. I don't know if they're gonna be spinning or not at idle. Okay, all right. Well, if you believe in a God, now is the time to pray for me, please. Just, let's do this. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh my God. Okay, all right, let's just, you know what, let's key on, make sure we got power. God, I am so scared. I put oil in it. Okay. Okay, I mean, it's starting. Can I keep it alive? Dude, it sounds crazy. I mean, it's cranking, and it's starting. I think the problem is this is not a 130 millimeter throttle body, so the car thinks that, you know, the throttle is open enough when it's really not. So, I mean, it smells like success. Let me, I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod so we can just kind of see it in action. All right, I have a slight oil leak under the car, so we're gonna make this real quick because it's not coming out of the pan, it's coming out of the feeds. I probably didn't seal it right. Let's just try cranking it. That's all I'm gonna do for right now. Like, legit, I am so scared. We need the bass tune. We got it to turn on, sort of. We have power, it cranks. I want to hear how it sounds on camera because it sounds crazy from the inside, but I have the exhaust right under the car, so it probably sounds really good up here because I'm hearing like whooshes and stuff. So you can see the damage though. Yeah, it's my contraption. I just got to put like a pan under it. All right, so I have a pan there now. Hopefully I don't come out tomorrow and this thing is full. Hopefully it stops eventually, but that's why I just put some whatever oil in there for now. But yeah, man, it's cranking. So We just need that bass tune and she'll be running. Well guys, it's the next morning and I just came out here just to double check a couple things. One, that we don't have a continuous leak anywhere under the car, and we don't, so that is very good. I was a little nervous with tapping the plastic oil pan for the oil drains, but we seem to be good there, and I don't see any leaks of any sort up here. So I think we are also good up in this area. So all we need now is to wait for the bass tune. Today is Sunday, so I doubt I'm getting that today, but hopefully tomorrow we have a bass tune and we can turn this thing on. Could even potentially drive it around a little bit and just, you know, see if there's any leaks. Just do a leak down test. Now, this isn't 100% done and tidied up. I know someone's going to complain about this. I'm trying to figure out a better way to route this. Since we decided to reroute all of my wiring going to the ECU, which is now in the cowl, we have a lot more wiring in this area. So I got to figure out a good way to kind of tie this down or just get it out of the way. We'll play with it a little bit and figure it out. But yeah, I mean, this is like literally the Avengers coming together to get this build done. We have Funk Motorsport, we have colored fittings, we have Hellion Turbo, of course, with the 2 giant turbos on the car. We have Fuel Injector Clinic. There might be a couple more that I'm missing, but I mean, those are like the really big ones that come to mind. And without all of these people coming on board, I mean, this would just be a lot harder to achieve. So really, like, if you guys are interested in anything, if you guys are looking for a turbo blanket for your setup, if you're looking to twin turbo your car, if you're looking for fuel injectors, if you're looking for a fuel hose or just hose fittings in general, I only take sponsors from companies that I truly believe in and will proudly represent. So if you see it on my car, then it's gonna be a quality part. I'm not gonna run any cheap parts on my car. I've already had one car burned down, so anything I'm running because I 100% trust it and will back it. So yeah, I just wanna say a big thank you to all those guys. If you guys are interested, I will link all of them down below. And I guess now we just wait till tomorrow, and hopefully by then I have wired in the boost controllers completely, and hopefully then we also have a bass tune for the car, and I can throw the front bumper back on. I guess I can throw the front bumper back on right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video right now. You guys should be seeing it literally minutes after I'm done recording this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please let me know down below. How did it sound? I was dreaming about it all last night. So let me know, subscribe, and until next video, peace.